Hello Flosstube, and welcome to my channel, 𝐦𝐤𝐤𝐿 Handmade. I'm Natalie and I am coming to you today on Friday the 19th of September, and this is episode, I think, 78 or 77, should have checked. So I'm not feeling my best today, but I promised I would be here. I've got a little stack of things to show you, and I am pleased to be here. I hope you're all doing okay. So the first thing I'm going to show you is very exciting. I am starting a long dog with my sister Emily, and she is stitching from Gnome Cottage on Instagram, and we've been gathering our supplies, and she messaged and said, as it was the autumn equinox on this coming Monday, shall we start on Sunday? And I said, yeah, what a great idea. I am already getting a tickly throat, so we are going to be starting Love at First Sight. I've got the typical Simon nibbles. If you're new here, Simon and Percy are ragdolls. I love this one, and every time you look you just see little different elements, and it's the phrase at the bottom, we are never so lost, I mean, that the angels cannot find us. And it's all the little animals, the little bunny. So I had a real dilemma with this one as to what to stitch it on and with what. Still haven't quite decided. I've decided on the thread, which I'll show you in a moment, but I've got 3 fabric options, and these are going to blow out a lot. So the first one, I'm not sure I'm going to do it on this one because it's a 14 count Ada, which means it'll be absolutely huge, and it's 14 count fabric flare. Is it fabric flare? Yeah, in the colourway Cloudstone. Apologies, I'd have a bit of a cough there. So this is fabric flare Cloudstone 14 count. Although I like it, I think I'm going to discount that one, because purely for the fact that it's 14 count, and with a long dog it will be huge. The other ones I've got is, this is a Lakeside Needlecraft exclusive, and it's a 16 count, and it's called Pearl. So that might be So that might be a possibility. And then this one I think is 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿 Vintage Country Cream, a bit like the Vintage Country Mocha. And I think this is 18 count. So what is your view? Shall I do it on the 16 count pearl or the 18 count Vintage Country Mocha? I mean, my sweet spot is the 16. So, and I have got huge pieces of them all. This is how wide it is. So I don't know. I haven't fully decided. I think I'm leaning towards the 16 count, but let me know in the comments what you think. And then for the thread, I was going to use a 𝐥𝐨𝐬𝐿, but I saw this thread and absolutely fell in love with the colour. And I managed to get quite a few when Rachel from Talking Dog Stitchery was having a sale. I think I wiped her out of all of them. So I'm going to be stitching it in a cottage garden thread called 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿. And it's a sort of, just trying to see, I'll put it against the pearl. Actually, what I'll do is I'll put the thread against both and then you can see how it might look. So it's like a sort of salmony, there we go, that's quite good. A salmony sort of pink. And then that's against the Vintage Country Mocha. Apologies, that's a spam call. There we go, go away. So yeah, I can't decide, but I'm loving this colour, and the sheen on the thread is beautiful. So yeah, so we're going to be starting that this coming Sunday. So if you have this in your stash, or you've got this as a WIP, you can join us. I'll come up with a hashtag. It's lovely, isn't it? I can't wait to get started up. There we go. That fabric and that thread, beautiful. And I am going to be keeping this project, and it will, you know, it's not going to be a quick project because it's long dog. So I've saved this amazing bag, which has already got, look at that. That is Percy. He's a hairy monster. From Pauline at 𝐿𝐵 Bags and 𝐿𝐵 Stitchery. So I'm going to be keeping my long dog in this one. It's just lovely fabric, isn't it? Oh, it's gone up my nose now. I will de-hair this before I put my project in. I mean, it is more of a summer bag, but I think the 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿 will go well in there. So that is my new start. That was a lot of waffle, wasn't it? Yeah, as I say, I'll come up with a new with a hashtag, and then you can join in or pick up your WIP if you would like. So in no particular order, I'm going to carry on. This is another Pauline bag, and this is one of her zip pulls, I think you'd call it, and it's got a little watering can and a bird. I thought I got it because I thought it would go lovely on there. And in here is my project from 𝐿𝐵 Stitchery. I will put up a photo. And I've done a bit more. I'm using the Classic Colourworks Carry Berry. It's a lovely colour, that is. And it is on this Fabric Flair 14 count vintage flowers. And I've done it quite close to the edge, which is okay because I'm planning to do a soft finish on this. I think I'm going to do a wall hanging. So that's where I am up to so far. And this fabric is just beautiful. So this one should have been finished really by now. Lovely. And I said that I had enough of that fabric to also do this one as well, the 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐤𝐞. Home is the nicest word there is. And I've got some threads from Stash pulled in this bag ready to start that one. So yeah, I'll put a little bit more on that one. And then the next one is my Caterpillar cross stitch Christmas Wonderland. And I bought this as a kit. And I've started up there. I think I've got a before picture as well. I'll pop in here. Haven't done too much, but I've done more, a bit more. And I've got a Caterpillar cross stitch needle minder of ice skates as well on there. That's a bit more. And it's a lovely, like, soft grey Ada. Don't know if it's 14. I think it's 14. Doesn't say. It looks like 14. And this is being kept in my Caterpillar cross stitch Christmas project bag as well. So that's a bit more done. I'll put those ones up here. And another one that you've seen quite often is my stitching project that I take to the stitching group at my local library. And would you believe the end of this month, it's been a year since I set it up. I can't believe it. And in here is Heartstring Samplery Christmas Bells Sampler. And I am stitching this on a piece of Sparkly's 18 count slightly nutty Ada. And I'm stitching it with the silky 12 weight cotton petites. Come out. I think I've got a hanging thread on this. Yes, I have, so apologies for that. So I'm getting there slowly, slowly. But I want to do all the border first. And so the leaves and the flowers are in the silky 12 weight and the silver bells are a silk. And I do like that. And this fabric is blowing out, but it is a soft pink with a hint of brown. So it is coming along. So I've got the top done and I'm going down the side. Yeah, so as I say, the end of the month we'll have our next stitchy catch up and I'll take this along, and we're also going out for a little bit of lunch afterwards to celebrate our 1 year as a group, which will be very exciting. The next one is a new start actually, and I got this from the secondary market, and it is Exemplar Dames Design Company, 𝐥𝐻 series, and it's Faith. Now it did come with the silks, but I have chosen not to use them. I'll show you them if they're in here. Come out. Are they in here? This really needs a project bag. There we go. So they are actually they are the silks from the design company. So there they are. So when I finish this one, I'm going to give this chart away with these silks. So I don't know when that'll be, but carry on watching. So I am using for the Quaker symbols at the top. Told you I wasn't feeling great, I'm not putting it together very well. If you're new here, this is not usually the standard of my Flosstube. Well, it sort of is. So I started on the Quaker symbols at the top, and I'm using DMC 310 black, and I'm stitching it on a piece of Swan Bay Fabrics 16 count Ada in the colourway Eleanor's Ivory, and this is the first time using Marie's fabric, and it is beautiful, and that is where I've got so far, and I literally could not put this down. So I'll show you. So I'm up to there. I've put that crown in, so I've got that motif and this one, and I will put 20, but I won't put the year just yet. So yeah, and the fabric is a really soft ivory with slight mottling. But isn't that lovely? I'm sort of going off the colours from the chart. I'm going to do DMC 310 for the letters, but I was thinking for the rest of them I might do a dark grey or a medium grey, and then pick a green out, and then a really nice pink cranberry colour. So yes, so that's Faith, using Swan Bay Fabrics 16 count Eleanor's Ivory. Better put it all back, because otherwise we'll be in more of a mess than I already am. I didn't think that I'd ever really like stitching Quakers. Well, I do, and obviously I'm about to start a huge Quaker. Well, it's sort of Quaker-esque, isn't it, with the long dog. Right, the next one is in this very cute Tilda fabric bag, the little leaf. And what have we got in here? So we've got 3 projects in here. One I haven't started, I'll just show you. I've got the DMC, and this is Song Sparrow cross stitch pattern by Flaming Toes, Beverly, I don't know how you say her last name, Cullen. I just love that. I love, take it out the plastic, I love how they finished it. And I got this image in my head of buying a frame and then fabric and then mounting the cross stitch piece. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 DMCs. That one. quite floral, I thought I'd keep it in this floral project bag. And I have got a piece of fabric. Yes, I have, that I thought I would stitch that on. So this is Vintage Country Cream again. This is the 14 count. So I've got the threads and the fabric ready to start when it calls to me. So also in here are 2 new starts. I did have a bit of startitis, and I'm not going to apologise for that. So the next one is an ink circles, and I did show this on my Instagram, and it's called Rose Trellis. Love that. And the actual thread that they stitched it with, I'd never heard of before. Treenway Silk Night Owl silk floss, never heard of that. So I decided to do it using a Karen Water Lilies in the colourway Amethyst. It's a bit of a mess, that's what's in this bag, and there you can see. And I am stitching this on another piece of Swan Bay fabric. This is 16 count again, which I said before is my sweet spot, and this is Longbourn Blush, and I've got the corner done, and I am loving this fabric and loving this thread, the variegation. There we go. So it's not going to be a huge piece. As I say, I've done, yeah, that's where I start, top left. Look at that variegation, it's lovely, isn't it? So I'm using 2 strands with the loop method. And the final one in here, I've got a very small start on, and this is another designer that I'd never heard of, but I just love the simplicity of this. Butterfly Patch by Layla Boutique. I think I got this from 123 Stitch, and I'm using the cord for DMC, and I am stitching it on a piece of 14 count Platinum by Spygart, and that is a little tiny start I've got. Not really worth showing you, but I thought I would, just the scent of it. So that's 3 projects in there, 2 new starts and 1 kitty duck. Right, next we're going to move on to my birthday start, and I have to show you these 2 charts that I got from a lovely friend, Sharon, Magnolia Nanna. And if you don't watch Sharon, I'll pop a link in my description box below, and she's lovely and you should go and watch her. So she sent me this beautiful Liberty card, and that Liberty fabric is Betsy, and if you're a long time viewer you know that I had a calico cat called Betsy who lived till she was 23. So a lovely Liberty card, and these are just perfect. She got me a 𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐵𝐿𝐴 Halloween and cross stitch. Look at that. I'm not going to take it out of the packet. Does it say every witch loves Halloween and cross stitch? I think I particularly like this and the little shelf. It's very cute. And she also got me the new October House Fibre Art Stitchy Spot, a skinny mini pattern. Isn't that cute? I think I'm going to stitch both of these with threads from Stash. Probably DMCs for this one, and I'll use over-dyed for this one. So thank you, Sharon. That was a really, really lovely treat to open on my birthday. So for my birthday new start, I decided to start this one, and I have had it kitted up for the longest time. And you've seen it before. It's a Joan Elliott Earth Goddess. And I decided that I would do this around her first. All that green is Cryonic. So I only did a very, very small amount. I'm just going to get everything out of here so I can properly show you this absolutely amazing bag. Look at that. So as I say, I got this kitted up from Pole Stitches. I think I've had it ages, and the fabric is a hand-dyed Nature's Grace 14 count Ada, and it is beautiful. And this is all of the threads. I don't know what I've done with the Cryonics. Oh, I know, I put them in my little sewing box. So, look at this wild fabric. So, I decided to start it in the middle. I only did a very little bit because we went out for the day on my birthday. We went to Stamford, which is in South Lincolnshire. And if you ever are in this area and get a chance, or if you live in Cambridgeshire or Rutland, you'll know Stamford. It is beautiful. And it's about an hour and a half from us. We went there for the day, had a lovely day. They've got 4 independent bookshops as well. And so I came back and I just did a little bit to say that I did start it on my birthday. Isn't that good? Packing up as I go. Right, and the next 2 are Halloween ones. So this one is in my patchwork paw print bag. And I'm really, really enjoying this one. This is my Owl Forest embroidery. And I've done my usual top left start, and I'm stitching this with DMC 310. I'm so close to finishing the first page, and I'm stitching this on a 16 count fabric flare in the colourway Sea Glass. And I think I've got a before photo, I'm not sure. And that is where I am now. So, page 1, there is a little bit more foliage there and a little bit more on this. But yeah, stunning. And this fabric, you can't really see it, it's blowing out, but it's quite a faint there, mottle green. It's lovely. So yeah, coming along. And sometimes when you just want to have a little bit of easy stitching with one colour, this is perfect. Because my new job is going well. Do you believe I've nearly done 2 months? Can't believe it. But by the end of the week, it's like Friday today, and I'm absolutely shattered. So, and that's the back. And then the next one is in another amazing bag. I think I've got the name of the bag maker in here. So let me just pull all the goodies out. Yes, I have. There we go. I'll not pull all the DMCs out, but you can get like the gist. And this is the bag maker on Etsy, and she's called Anne. There we go. So in here I am stitching Autumn Lane Stitchery, which is hollow, and isn't this a perfect bag for this project? I was inspired to stitch this by watching Helen D's Flosstube. She's finished now. So I've started up here. I've only done a little bit. I'm using, excuse me, a fabric that I got also from Etsy, which is from Zoe's Gifts and Crafts, and it is called Flaming Grunge Ada. And that's where I'm up to. And this needle minder is from Autumn Lane Stitchery as well. So just a little bit. But look at that fabric. Amazing. So some parts of this are full coverage. So I'm doing the full coverage bit at the top, the purple sky. And also in here is another new start. I think I showed you this pattern last time, and I just started it. And it's called Madame Chantilly Ghost Collection Find the Intruder. And I am stitching this on a piece of fabric flare again, Cloud Grey 16 count Ada, and I've just started with the little boo banner there. Quite a lot of white. I'll be using my loved B5200. That's my go-to white. And I'm using threads from Stash with this one. I haven't picked up my Lady Halloween Jardin Privé, so I am planning to stitch on that next to keep her going. And I've got a couple of Mill Hills in here, just shoved them in my Halloween bag. So this is Opera House with a black cat. And it comes with the perforated paper and the black cat. And this one is Midnight Farm, and it's got glow in the dark thread. And yeah, the button is the ghost. So I've popped those in there. And I've also got another couple of things. I've got a Heart in Hand Magic, a little black cat. And it comes with some beads as well. stitch, although quite a lot of block stitching. And then I saw these on 123 Stitch and was quite intrigued, and it's a little kit, and it's from Creative Needle Arts Spooky Witch, and it comes with everything. So that would be like a lovely gift if you've got a stitcher friend who's got a birthday in October. I'm sure they would like this. So that's the first Halloween bag. I thought I got another Halloween bag, so that must be it. Just got two other Halloween patterns to show you that are haul. And the first one has not long been released, and it's from Little Dove Designs. And I really felt sorry for Faye because she just literally released this design and somebody had copied it. So it's the Heart of Halloween. Isn't that fabulous? And I got the grey 14 count Ada. And I also got this from Love Poppet. It's Boo Ghost, and this is a full kit as well. And I love that raw natural Ada that they've put in. It's lovely. So I don't know when I'm starting these two. I'm not sure. I'll probably start that one before that one. I think that's it for today. I think that's all my brain will cope with in my end of the week chronic illness fatigue mode. So I hope you liked this episode, and if you do, give me a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd really appreciate it. And let me know what you're working on. Are you working on any Halloween projects at the moment? If you are, let me know what they are, because I seem to, well, I always like to stitch Halloween, but I see particularly this year I seem to really have been enjoying it. Or autumn, any autumn or Halloween projects you're stitching on, let me know. Put it in the box below what they are, and then I can check them out and you can enable me. So until next time, which I will be filming, as I said on my Instagram post, I'm going to be filming on a Friday from now on, so that it can free my weekend up a bit, take the pressure off, because we don't want any pressure, do we, in our lovely stitching hobby. So I will see you in 2 weeks' time on the Friday. But until then, stay happy, healthy, and enjoy your stitching, everyone. Bye.